Let's go to another example. This one is long. Let's see if I can get it all on the screen. Example 3. 9/10 C subtract in parentheses 1 subtract C, close the parentheses, equals 1/2 C plus 2 times, in parentheses, C subtract 2 plus 15. Can we simplify? Certainly, there's a lot of simplifying to do this time. So let's begin by changing all the subtract to add the opposite. And each place that we have a minus sign preceding the parentheses, we'll fill in the 1 so that we can add the opposite of 1. Add -1 times the parentheses. So we get 9/10 C plus -1 times, in parentheses, 1 plus the opposite of C, close the parentheses, equals 1/2 C plus 2 times, in parentheses, C plus -2, close the parentheses, plus 15. Now the order of operations tells us to multiply. So let's multiply the coefficient times a set of parentheses on the left and on the right. That gives us 9/10 C plus -1 plus positive C equals 1/2 C plus 2C plus -4 plus 15. We still have more simplifying to do. Combining terms here. On the left we have 9/10 C plus 1C. 1C is 10/10 C. And so we get 9/10 C plus 10/10 C, which is 19/10 C, plus -1. On the right-hand side, we have 1/2 C plus 2C. 2C is 4/2 C, and that gives us 1/2 C plus 4/2 C, which is 5/2 C. And -4 plus 15 is 11. Notice that we now have on the prospect of dealing with fractions. To eliminate these fractions, let's find the common denominator for all the fractions. We have fractions with denominators of 10 and 2. The common denominator is 10, so we'll multiply both sides of this equation by 10. 10 times the left-hand side equals 10 times the right-hand side. So we have 10 times, in parentheses, 19/10 C plus -1 equals 10 times, in parentheses, 5/2 C plus 11. Distributing the 10, we have 10 times 19/10 C, which is 19C, plus 10 times -1, which is -10. 10 times 5/2 C, which is 50/2 C. 50/2 is 25. So we have 25C plus 10 times 11 is 110. Notice now that we have variable plus constant equals variable plus constant without any fractions. And so we're ready for step 3, which is to sort laundry. On the left-hand side, the constant needs to be removed. We remove it by adding its opposite. The opposite of -10 is positive 10. So we add positive 10 to both sides of the equation. That gives 19C plus -10 plus 10 equals 25C plus 110 plus 10. -10 plus 10 is 0. That gives us just 19C on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side we have 25C plus 110 plus 10 is 120. Now we've got the variable on the left. On the right-hand side, we have a variable that needs to be piled up in the other side. So let's eliminate 25c from the right by adding its opposite. The opposite of 25c is negative 25c, so we add negative 25c to both sides of this equation. And that gives us 19c plus negative 25c equals 25c plus 120 plus negative 25c. On the left, we can combine the terms. 19 plus negative 25 is negative 6, so that gives us negative 6c. On the right, the 25c plus negative 25c adds up to 0, so they in effect cancel, leaving us 120. So we've sorted the laundry. Let me put on the screen all the steps that involved laundry sorting. Here they are. We started with variable and constant on the left, variable and constant on the right. One step eliminated the constant on the left-hand side, leaving us with variable on the left and variable and constant on the right. The next step eliminated variable on the right by adding its opposite, and that left us with variable on the left and constant on the right. The only thing left to get c by itself is to divide by the coefficient, which is negative 6. So we divide both sides by negative 6. That leaves us with, on the left, c, and on the right, negative 20. How about a check for this one? With one this complicated, it looks as if the check will be rather lengthy. So let's take a look at it. The check is, here's the original equation, 9/10 c subtract, in parentheses, 1 subtract c equals 1/2 c plus 2 times, in parentheses, c minus 2 plus 15. We make our usual T format for the check and copy the equation, putting a set of parentheses everywhere there's a variable. On the left we have 2 mentions of the variable, and so we put 2 sets of parentheses, one beside the 9/10 and the other inside the parentheses. On the right hand side, the variable is mentioned twice, so we fill in 2 sets of parentheses there. So that we get, on the right, 1/2 times parentheses plus 2 times a big set of parentheses in which we have the small parentheses subtract 2, then plus 15. The number we're checking is negative 20. So let's fill in negative 20 in each place. Then we simplify. 9/10 times negative 20 is negative 180 over 10, which is negative 18. In the parentheses, we have 1 subtract negative 20, which means 1 add positive 20, which is 21. On the right, 1/2 times negative 20 is negative 10. Then the plus 2. In parentheses, we have negative 20 subtract 2, which is negative 22. Then the plus 15. On the left, we're practically done. Negative 18 subtract 21 is negative 39. On the right, we have add, multiply, and add. We must multiply first. 2 times negative 22 is negative 44. And so we get negative 10 plus negative 44 plus 15. Negative 10 plus negative 44 is negative 54. Negative 54 plus 15 is negative 39. And so we get negative 39 equals negative 39. That means that this problem does check, and we know the answer is correct. And so, back at this solution to our equation, let's accept that C equals negative 20 is the correct answer.